morning, Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. We welcome you all to join us
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all the people, especially certain people that I have in the studio today, okay? And all those beautiful businesses that support those athletes. Let's put our hands together. Woo! Hey, the love in this community, probably, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I'm like, I think I really would. I didn't even have to think twice about it. If Santa Barbara said, hey, if you want to live here, you have to pay 1% tax, I'd pay that. Who wouldn't pay the 1% to live here? Put your hands together. Stop. You just got to do it. You got to pay it. And then it wouldn't be cool. I'm envisioning, if you take that 1%, how about throw like 15, 20 nonprofits, and that 1% goes someplace? How's that? Huh? Why not, right? Jimmy Crook's in the house. He says that's a good idea because United needs some coin. That's right. There's a lot of places that could use some money right now, but that's not, hey, you don't know. I'm not running for office or nothing, but I just came up with that idea right now, and I just think it's a pretty good idea. I don't know. Dr. D, what do you say?
I think it's a great idea.
And you don't like paying taxes, and
no.
You would do the 1%.
I would do the 1%.
Why not do the 1%?
Yeah.
I think we should just make it like as if.
It couldn't hurt.
Right. We could just pretend there's a 1% tax. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it's amazing. Everyone's getting their taxes already. Why not think of it like that?
Exactly.
All right. How you doing today?
Good.
Good?
Filed mine already.
Yeah?
Getting money back.
Yeah. I tossed you an envelope. Do you see that?
I did. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, but I wasn't sure what the message was.
Okay, well, this is last week you had mentioned, people do listen to the show. I'm finding out. Because I went to go to Kisabella. Chris, had my little massage. I'm a member there. And all of a sudden I look on the counter. I go, what's this? And he goes, Dr. Dugan wants a facial. I go, Dr. Dugan wants a facial? He goes, well, you mentioned it last week. And I said, I did? Yeah, on the show. I said, I did? I said, how exciting. So what is this? He goes, this is a facial. I go, can he give it to his wife so he's not in the hot seat? Yes, he can. So we put facial or a massage. Okay?
Fantastic.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
No, don't thank me.
I thank them. Casey Bella.
Chris, yes.
Chris at Casey Bella.
I love Casey Bella.
I'll have to get in there and say hello when we stop by at Harry's.
Anybody, and she's doing this for the month of February as well. Anybody walks in there and says Teen Sports Radio, 10% goes to the Challengers. Put your hands together for that. Woo! Yeah, we love the Challengers. So, who else are we having out? Dr. Mae Chandler.
Hello.
You got paint on your hand. You're painting your new office.
Paint on this side, blood on this side.
No. I'm in my 30s. I'm just going to go out on my own. Yeah! Put your hands together. Get out of that system.
It's getting there.
Yes.
Slowly but surely. I didn't realize how long renovations took.
Yeah.
Really long.
Yeah. Well, you can't tell a person's foot to heal, right? Without you.
That's true.
So what you got to do.
That's true.
So where you moved to? You moved
230 West Pueblo,
nice.
First floor. Nice. Whole thing, baby.
Woo! She's going. She's the only fellowship girl, female, femme skirt that we got in town. I'm liking it.
Heck yeah, you know it.
Yeah, and it's nice because you do open your office on Saturday if somebody has heat foot.
I sure do.
You do,
even on Sunday.
I heard about it.
Even if the Razorbacks are on TV.
Oh, look at you!
Still
and she opens up because she has the keys because she's her building.
That's true.
I love it.
That's
I'm very
true.
excited.
Thank you.
Anything else going on?
Oh, not much. Just that. And I have a really wonderful guest today.
Ooh, who do you
Dr.
have?
Parsa. She is a rheumatology pediatric doctor.
Oh, she's an angel.
Yes, and she also does the Arthritis Foundation. This is going to be actually her and my second year in a row doing it in Santa Barbara this year.
Wow.
So that's coming up in April.
Nice. All right. Well, last but not least, we have a teen co-host in the house. I'm really excited because he was Athlete of the Month in January. Nolan Coe. Woo! Yeah.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you.
I love that. I could cry. You said yes. I've been waiting for you to say you want to be a teen co-host, and you said yes today.
Yes, of course. I love to get in here every chance I can get. Hang out with you guys. Hang out with the crew.
Nice, because now you could be our
stuff.
baseball affiliate.
Yeah,
nice.
definitely.
I'm liking that. You think we can get another banner on the field? The 110 feet is a little obnoxious, I know.
Oh, we
But we have a whole
can.
other side. I'm thinking something long like that, no?
Yeah, we'd love to. We're working on some fundraising right now over at San Marcos Baseball.
Ooh.
So,
What are we working on? We like to raise money.
We've got some banner sales going on. We've got advertising space in our program.
Right.
And we've got a bunch of other affordable options to get your name out and about in the community.
Nice. Well, now that Santa Barbara and San Marcos and DP is out on the site linked, you can gift all of the ads that you want, and the money goes all to you.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome. We'll check that out.
Yeah, I think so. I love free advertising.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get something for free today.
It is.
You know, you got to go to KCSBA of 1290. It's the only place.
Right.
All right. We're going to be giving away a lot of money in the next section, so stay tuned. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. Hey, we've got a lot of goings on today right now, and the first person in the house right now that I want to talk to and talk about is my amazing client, friend, and who is horning? Who is bringing all these horns in the house?
The Vikings are coming. The Vikings are coming.
Unbelievable. Walter Barrows is in the house, formerly known as Dr. Dirt. All right, 20 years he's been on the radio broadcast. You're going to be hearing his voice here in about a minute. And what I want to share with you all out there, folks, is he has done an amazing thing, and that is he's leaving 2 beautiful donations to 1, the United Boys and Girls Club, and 2, Santa Barbara High School. And what we have representatives from both of those nonprofits here today. Let's put our hands together for Walter Barrows. All right. Woo! Hi, honey.
Hello.
That's right. Hello. You're looking well.
Yeah.
You're looking really well. So, all right. So, before we hand out this beautiful donation, let's talk a little bit about your radio career. I mean, you started off in the 70s. Okay, right. They used mics back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't have to use like a megaphone or whatever. No, you were just right there. And talk about your radio show. You've been on for like over 20 years.
Well, I was dig it, plant, and garden advice. And I used timely topics of the time of the year that you should do things in your garden and tree work, and also about buzzard work of people doing this work that weren't licensed or didn't even know what they were doing.
Not those bad people. They had them there? No, they still have those.
I'm
20
sure.
years later.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Your travels. Talk about your travels. You've been how many times around the world?
Oh, about 3.
Nice. The one trip that you shared with me that I found most fascinating is, okay, now I'm going to mess this up for sure, but was it the North Pole or the South Pole where you actually, in the record books, is going the furthest for anything that was like not science related?
That was Antarctica.
Antarctica. That place is still there. And it's still frozen.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
We were there for a month on a Russian icebreaker, and they were delivering supplies to the various stations. Italy's got a station there, and New Zealand had a station there, and we visited all those stations. And we had 2 helicopters on the ship, believe it or not, and the guy had landed that thing like he was putting it on a postage stamp.
Wow.
Because, the superstructure was much higher than where we were on this main deck, and so it was really interesting. And we took rides out some of the glacier chunks of ice that had broken off and were floating, and they were maybe 10 acres in size. And the crew dug a trench so we could sit with our feet down, and then they served us hot
coffee, I hope. Something hot. Anything would be good. No?
No, it was a little wine and raisins and
nice.
that type of thing. But we also went through the American station and had a meal there and met the people who live there year-round. And they're down there on contracts for at least a year, and they're just having some great fun. Nice. And was nice talking to them, and I even learned that Antarctica at one time was just like New Zealand. It had a forest of trees, and they found pieces of petrified wood in the ice. They've been there when they were growing, so it was extremely interesting. And the penguins practically jumped into the little zodiacs as we were puttering around at various places. And, of course, once you got on the shore where there were colonies of penguins, and there's about 7 different kinds, which we began to learn about. And the manure left from them is just terrible. But
That's good to know.
but it's a big country, and so there's lots of room for everybody.
There you go.
And, they land a special airplane right on the ice, and they scrape it with a bulldozer to keep it smooth.
Oh, I thought you meant the manure.
No, they don't do that.
Big, you know what I'm saying? 7 different species. I don't know.
No, it was just great fun and very educational.
So you think everybody in Santa Barbara should put that on their bucket list?
Well, if they've got a bucket list of travel, that's number
That's a good
one.
place, yeah.
And of all the places I've ever traveled, that's the one I'd like to go back to.
Nice.
And I would someday really like to circumnavigate Antarctica and see the whole thing. There are some archipelago islands, so to speak, that come off and go in towards South America. But that's not Antarctica to me.
Right.
We were on the real continent. And
Right.
that was the most thrilling part about it.
That's amazing. You're just an amazing human being. I mean, 20 years, everything that you've done, your whole, it's your life. For somebody like myself, that's, I think, why I love doing what I do more than any, because the people that I get to meet and I grow from them. So, and you've always been considered family with me. You know that. I'm going to get you next to my dad one day and you'll see why I think you're like my father. Okay. It's like, 2 peas in the pod. But listen, we've got a lot of excited people here in the house. And first of all, everybody from Santa Barbara High School, raise your hand. Woo! Okay, this is the funniest thing with Santa Barbara High School. I've been trying to get Joe Chenoweth to link. Okay, whatever. Okay, and then he's not linked more than 24 hours, and it's like, boom! Guess what? You've got a donation! Isn't that exciting? Because all a nonprofit has to do is link to Teen Sports Radio. And it's nice because we have enough co-hosts in my crew, and I'm very blessed and very proud to have Dr. Mae Chandler. Then we've got Joan Calder, and all these people, all of the co-hosts, all of the people that you hear on the commercials, they're all extremely giving people, and they've got their priority skill set set up that, hey, everybody's on board with the whole, you get what you give. So, and you've been I've known you for so many, many years, and without further ado, we've got Santa Barbara High School, we got Walter Barrows. He's going to be handing over a check right now. So Santa Barbara High School, where is somebody going to be grabbing it? All right, who's going to grab that check? Right here? All right. Why don't you introduce yourself, and then you can say your name and la.
Hi, I'm Sophie Tate. I represent girls lacrosse and boys,
We
I
like
guess,
girls
too.
with lacrosse. Yes. All right, who else is here?
I'm here with my coach, Jeanette.
Jeanette, get up here.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Biava, and I'm coach at Santa Barbara High for the girls lacrosse team.
Nice.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Now we got somebody else. Oh, he's climbing over. We got 19 people here in the room. Look at this guy.
Hi, I'm Brian Pearson, and I represent Don's Wrestling,
Wow.
Santa Barbara High School, class of 1989.
Woo! I like it. All right. So here you go, and without further ado, you've got the check, and we really appreciate the support and the love and everybody in this room that's doing all the coaching and taking care of our teen athletes. That's what teen sports is about. So you might want to check on our site. We have registration forms, for coaches. We're doing Coach of the Year, and we also have Athlete of the Month. So if you would get the word out that Teen Sports Radio is doing this, and Athlete of the Month is right there, Nolan Cope, for San Marcos High School for January. Put your hands together. Woo!
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. You know what I want to do? We've got more exciting donations to give. I want to take a short little break right now so we can clear the house and let half the other room out and so the other half in. Okay? So this is Erica Salda. It's go time. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Solder, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. Okay, does anybody else know where we're at? Joan, can you help me?
Okay, we are at Teen Sports Radio, KZSB at 1290. We are at Instagram.
Nice.
YouTube.
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
Internet, SBTSR.com.
I'm going crazy. Everyone's on the ground. They have to get up. That was so good. I just threw it at you and you did it. You didn't practice. You nothing.
I have no high voice, so
I know. I like the whole what is that? Alto. Is that alto? You did the alto.
Lower than alto.
All right. Next. Woo! Walter Barrows in the house. If you just joined us, he just dropped off a beautiful donation to Santa Barbara High School. Next, we have Jamie. We have the Director of Development. And we have the President of United Boys and Girls Club in the house now. And they made you something. I don't even know what to say. I guess it's a photo opportunity. I have to take pictures. Wow! That is beautiful. I am going to cry. That is amazing. Can you want to read it, Walter?
Well, it says in loving memory of Brenda Barrows, my departed wife, and I was able to do some good things with the investments that this lady represented for me, and the best thing to do was to give it to you guys of my choosing, and specifically the Carpinteria Boys and Girls Club, which is a part of the whole group, but I live in Carpinteria, and my kids were schooled there as well, and I just have a affinity for it. And then I know a lot of the people that worked and built that building.
Nice.
Ted Shreve, the electrician, and Lou went there, and he's also a fellow Lion, so I've got good ties to the Boys and Girls Club of Carpinteria.
You know, they love you. We love you. And, I mean, you're setting an example right now for 2015. And it's the reason why I'm promoting people that are being so generous and so giving. And I understand the whole, being anonymous. But you know something? We really need, these nonprofits need help. Okay? So having you come out and just throwing it out there. And the check is for $25,000. Put your hands together. Very, very nice. So we're going to have pictures here taken, and we're going to take a short little recess, all right? Because everybody wants to be in a picture with you, Walter.
Oh.
Okay? It's look at, they're all like lining up. So we're going to take a short little break, all right? This is Erica Solder. It's go time. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Solder, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. Joan,
Hi.
oh my God, I'm still sweating. What is wrong with me? I have all these Dr. Mae Chandler, you better be talking to me right now, okay? You could be my daughter.
Is
I'm
it
telling
menopause?
you right now. No! Is it?
Well, I kind of wish I could go through menopause right now, to be honest.
You don't want to know. God, I still start the sweat. Okay,
You are going to start sweating when we start our Latin dances right after
that
the
what we're
show.
doing?
We're going to have dancing right in the studio.
Oh!
Yeah, and I've got two really great teachers here, Anastasia and Vasily. Please tell me your last name so I don't ruin
Put your hands together first. Hey, anytime we got new guests. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anastasia Banderovskaya.
Does that sound better?
Hi, my name is Vasily Golovin.
Nice. Welcome to America.
Thank you.
What? I'm trying. I'm the welcome wagon from Teen Sports Radio. What? Why is everybody laughing?
Yeah, no, these two are the instructors and owners of Dance Fever Studio in Santa Barbara, California. So this is really exciting. Nice. And they brought with them a student.
Wow. And what's your name, student?
Aman.
Fantastic. Okay, so how long have you been with this group?
I've been with this group for 7 months now.
7 months. So what is it, the day that you have to go and practice, is that like one of the best days of the week for you?
Yeah, it's the most interesting.
That's the right answer. Because anytime I'm trying to promote a company or business, that was really good. Unstaged, unscripted, wonderful. What do you like most about it?
It's unique. No one in my school really does any of that. I'm the only boy, pretty much, who does Latin dances.
Nice.
We're going to have to change that one.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, great. So when did you guys hit Santa Barbara? How long have you been here?
Probably like half of the year only. So we're pretty new business in Santa Barbara.
Very nice. So obviously you're not from the United States. I detect an accent. So where are you from originally?
St. Petersburg, Russia.
St. Petersburg. Now, I got to say, I went with Westmont, 30 years ago to St. Petersburg. We did that whole Russian thing, Leningrad, Moscow. I'd go back tomorrow. I don't like usually revisiting places, but if somebody sent me a ticket, I would go back tomorrow. St. Petersburg, you could spend a month there. It is amazing. That's like a cool place. And I went over there with the wall is up. It was a little different. This is back in 1982. Mm-hmm. So between now and then, because you're a baby, okay? How old are you right now?
23.
Okay, well, you don't know what a wall is, okay? But there's this thing called the wall, okay? It was taken down a long time ago.
Okay, let's tell everybody where your studio is and what you offer.
We are actually renting a dance studio at 127 West Cannon Perdido Street, so it's downtown Santa Barbara. And we are offering dance classes for social dancing or for competitive dancing for kids and adults.
Nice.
For any age, from 3 to 100.
Very nice. Okay, so your classes, and they're daily?
Yes, it's every day, including Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so why Santa Barbara? Why start a business here? Of course, it's the greatest place. You heard me, before say I'd pay 1% to live here, but why here?
I think it's just amazing place. Here, so beautiful views, so nice people, great weather. I just in love with Santa Barbara.
Okay, so did you went on a vacation and say, okay, I'm going to start a dance studio here? How'd you get here?
Actually, my family moved to Santa Barbara.
Nice.
And I just came to Santa Barbara to visit, and I'm in love.
Oh, nice. Do you have any questions? Nolan, you want to learn how to do the Latin salsa or something?
First, I'd love to learn more about what Latin dancing actually is. Is that from South America, Central America, around there?
Good question! Good question!
Where are we talking about here?
Yes, it's from Latin America, and Latin dances, it's samba, cha-cha, rumba, pasodoble, and jive. So each dance actually from different country. Like pasodoble is from Spain, it's not from America.
Right.
So, and also we offer salsa classes and American style classes like swing or hustle. So any type of Latin dances we are offering in our dance studio.
Nice.
So you guys are literally all over the map. You guys have got a few different continents going on, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool. That's awesome.
Nice. Good.
Now, I know, I'm sorry, Avi, you tell me you've been learning dancing for 5 years already?
Yeah, 5-6 years already.
Okay, so you started in Sacramento, and now you joined this group. Tell me about what you do. What's your favorite dance?
My favorite dance would have to be cha-cha. It's a fast, upbeat dance. And you do it with a couple, not with like a whole group. Just you and a partner, and you guys practice, go to competitions, and yeah.
Okay, do you like throw her up and catch her, or not quite yet?
Not yet. Hopefully soon, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, you guys, we're running short of time, and I wanted to definitely get everybody introduced, but let's have your contact information again real quick.
Do you have a website?
Yes, our website is www.sb.dancefeverstudio.com.
Fantastic. All right, listen, we're going to take another little quickie. This is Erica Calder. We've got so much more. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Calder, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. Mae Chandler,
Yes. Hello.
Hasn't it been crazy today?
It has been.
ADHD, baby.
I've never seen a show like this.
I know. I haven't. It doesn't exist. It's just our show. I like it.
It's exciting.
I know. Do you think I'm a little abrupt? We have like 22 people you have to interview. Okay, you got to go home now. You got to leave now.
Next.
You guys out. Okay, next one's in. How is Walter Barrows? Is he not like the most amazing,
so wonderful,
sweetest human being on the planet? There are so many people like that in this town. That's why I would pay the 1% to live here. Just saying.
1%. But no more.
1%.
No more.
Not more than 1%. Definitely. All right. I'm going to let you. You're up now, and you brought somebody, and here she's an angel, and I haven't even met her yet.
I did. I would like to welcome my guest today. Her name is Dr. Miriam Parsa.
Woo! Put your hands together.
Yeah. Put your hands together. She is a board-certified physician in pediatrics and pediatric rheumatology.
Wow.
She is part of the Cottage Children's Hospital, and she is the sole pediatric rheumatologist serving a tri-county area.
Holy cow.
She is an assistant professor of pediatrics at UCLA. She was trained at UCLA for her undergraduate, where she played soccer after having 2 ACL surgeries.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. She attended Albany Medical College for her medical degree and has a master's in public health from Yale University.
Nice.
She did
so
both.
She can talk.
Yes.
Okay.
A good speaker. See, I've had to kind of work on I can dance, not so much talk.
Oh, yeah.
She did both her residency in pediatrics as well as her fellowship in pediatric rheumatology at UCLA, and I would like to thank her so much for being here today.
Nice. Woo!
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Exciting. Oh, my God. Thank you. Welcome.
Thanks
for being here today. Honestly, anybody that works with kids, God bless you. I don't know how else to say it. That just would be something that's out of my wheel. It's not something that I could do. I'd be messed up. How'd you get involved in it?
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot of people say, but I have to say I went into it because I can help kids.
Right.
And I'm just attracted to, they're fun.
Yeah.
I remember being in medical school and having rounds in the morning, being on pediatric rounds, and I just finished an adult internal medicine rotation. And the adult internal medicine rotation was sad. It was depressing.
Yeah.
And rounds on the pediatric wards, we're pulling kids in carts. We're singing songs.
Aww.
There's like Mickey Mouse everywhere.
Right.
And
I've had
even though
the
they were
Mickey
sick,
Mouse.
Yeah,
I like Mickey Mouse.
It was light. It was, even though they were sick, there was such a great spirit, and just the ability for kids to heal is amazing. They just don't compare.
So, out of all the hats you could be as a doctor, how come you're the only one? Why is that?
Right. So there are only 250 board-certified pediatric rheumatologists in the country.
Wow.
And there was what's so surprising how beautiful Central Coast is, you would imagine that every single subspecialist would be represented in this area.
Right.
But for whatever reason, that didn't exist. So Cottage Hospital enabled me to come up here. And so I serve quite a large area. I go up to Pismo, go down to Ventura. I have a clinic in Santa Barbara. And really it's because training is quite long to become a pediatric rheumatologist, and it's not one of the most money-making entities, so it takes someone who really enjoys the field, which I love what I do every day. So it's totally worth it. And then I got the opportunity to move up here, which has been fantastic. So this has been within the last 6 months.
Yeah, I know Mae's done a lot with their arthritis walk, and Laura Murphy's a really good friend of mine who's like one of the directors over there. Her daughter had arthritis. I don't know whatever it was, but I coached her at St. Raphael's when she was in 7th and 8th grade, and she's just always had this really unbelievable pain. It would just flare up like in the middle of the game, and it's like, you're taping her ankles, and you just get a feeling that this is something that and it's hard as being like the coach, like maybe get some blood tests or whatever like that, because you don't know. So what is arthritis when it hits a child? Is it a bacteria? Is it like a virus? Like you can't get it. I mean, is it genetic? Right. What is it?
It's a good question. So it's a combination of a couple different things. For what we know, individuals that have an autoimmune disease such as psoriatic arthritis or was known as juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, but now has a different name, juvenile idiopathic arthritis. it's essentially a 2-hit process. The first hit is your genetics, which we have no control over. Maybe there's some family history of an autoimmune disease, but a lot of times there's no family history of an autoimmune disease. The second hit, sometimes it's actually you're playing sports in a game and you think you twist your ankle, but it probably was the onset of arthritis, or it's after a viral infection. That would be another second hit. So those two particular kind of perfect storm enables for chronic arthritis to kind of come forth. And again, certain individuals. So we take care of, it's actually a lot more common than everyone thinks. It affects 1 in 1,000 kids have a type of chronic arthritis. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
So when you're talking about schools, high schools, large high schools, you have peers that have chronic arthritis that you might not know about. Yet they're able to function as best as possible, thank goodness, because we have quite a number of really excellent medications that have been coming on board in the last 10 to 15 years. Pediatric rheumatology was vastly different 20 years ago because we didn't have these types of medications. And it was quite sad, actually, depressing to take care of these kids 2 years old who they were running around, but now they're crawling again because they have chronic arthritis. Right. But with treatment, they really thrive. And so I have lots of athletes in my practice that I don't dissuade them from participating in activities. I encourage them to participate in regular activity. Really, it's a matter of the type of activity. So I'm not going to encourage gymnastics in someone that has wrist arthritis or a lot of hip or knee arthritis. I'm going to encourage other things that maybe can be modified. So definitely swimming and cycling are the best for, I think, probably all of our bodies. But in particular, those that have arthritis are definitely, it's important to maintain muscle strength, important to maintain endurance. We know that patients with chronic inflammation can have eventually cardiovascular disease, so staying heart healthy is terribly important, even from this early age.
How much is diet involved in the whole process of treatment?
It depends. So a particular type of chronic arthritis is associated with celiac disease, which has particular antibodies that are associated with it. So diet does have an effect in that particular small group of chronic arthritis patients. I tell every single one of my patients that comes in that a healthy, balanced diet is very important. So this is no breaking news, but I really reiterate that there are anti-inflammatory foods and pro-inflammatory foods. Pro-inflammatory foods being more of the red meats, fried foods, but with moderation. I will never tell a family to totally eliminate that because that's mean, talking to kids. No, you can't have the cake after the birthday party, or you can't go to McDonald's, which is a family tradition. That doesn't make sense. So we just have to kind of balance these recommendations, and I think everything in moderation is really critical. Especially with kids. You don't want to make kids feel any different than they already do, especially when you have a new diagnosis of chronic arthritis. And then I'm going to lay out all these other restrictions. That doesn't really work well. Psychosocially doesn't really work well. So we take things slowly and kind of prioritize things as far as interventions are concerned. But I always talk about diet when I have kids coming in at the get-go.
Right. So blood test is pretty much the thing that you use. I mean, you could tell, boom, blood test.
It's actually physical exam.
Okay.
So rheumatologists are old school docs, and we don't rely as much on, we absolutely rely on imaging and labs, but really its foundation is physical exam, a good, thorough musculoskeletal exam. Okay. So all my kids, I say I throw in a free massage because by the end of the visit, I will have checked out, all their joints and muscle strengths and whatnot. But it's really fundamentally physical exam, as well as I spend a lot of time talking to my patients and their families because there are certain clues that will tell me that this is indicative of a chronic arthritis versus a chronic sports injury or an unrepaired sports injury. Right. There are certain clues in the history alone. I might not even have to touch the patient. I already have an idea about what's going on with them just by spending some time and asking the right questions.
So where can we contact you? So you pretty much get it from the baby doctors, right?
Right. We get referrals from the community doctors. Right. Actually, the normal order of things is really everyone was getting sent to orthopedic surgery because we have excellent pediatric orthopedic surgeons in the area. But I practice out of Cottage Children's Hospital on Della Vigna. And that's again, it's going to be probably referrals from the community docs, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Yeah, 805-569-8987 is our office phone number.
Beautiful. And do you have an email address? Or
nope.
No?
And we're setting up the website. Cottage is setting up the website.
Oh, nice. Okay, so they can find you.
They can find me. And really what I was so happy to hear from Dr. Chandler to get invited was to talk about the Arthritis Walk that's coming up on April 25th on Saturday.
Okay.
Because I could not be here without the Arthritis Foundation, because I see these patients that have a new diagnosis of arthritis, and I overwhelm them with information about, is this going to last until adulthood? What are the implications of these high-risk medications? So I rely on the Arthritis Foundation to provide information as well as parental resources and support.
Nice.
So the Arthritis Walk is another good opportunity to get the families together to kind of empathize about what's going on and whatnot.
Team Chandler!
Yep.
Last
Team
year,
Chandler.
$500. That's right.
Dr. Parsa has a team too.
Dr. Parsa, we'll take a team.
But you could be on my team. Okay. I have a smaller team right now.
All right, that's right. Well, I want to be on the winning team.
We're winning. We're winning.
I am very competitive.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you so very much.
Listen, you can stick around if you want, or you could go, but we've got Dan is in the house. We need to get to him, and he brought two big studs with him right now. Dan, get up on the blower.
And good afternoon. Thank you.
Athletic Director, Dos Pueblos High School.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here today.
Sorry it took us so long to actually come down here.
No, look at that smile. It's worth it. This is not a TV show, but
Galita is so far away. Galita's so far away. So
no one sees what I see. This is fantastic. So who'd you bring with you today?
I brought two of our student athletes. I brought Tyler Fletcher, who's a volleyball and football athlete for us.
Nice.
And yes, this is Tyler.
Nice, Tyler. How you doing, Tyler?
Doing well.
Nice. Luckily, I might need like a 2X for you, but I did bring XLs for you guys. Okay, you guys can fight over the color. All right. So you're graduating this year.
Yes.
Where are you going to school?
City College.
Nice. You going to play football out there?
No, just focus on studies.
Ooh, just focusing on studies. He's so big, Dan. Why don't you talk to him on the side?
I
know, huh?
Boy, seriously.
I'm serious. He's a big boy.
And he's a good guy, too.
Yeah.
He's nice and tall, but he's one of our, he helps us in the athletic department. He's one of our, one of my assistants, and he's part of our Letterman's Club, which oversees the athletic department and helps me with basically running our 23
AD and training.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
It.
So, very, and has been a great representative to our school and all the sports he's done. He's played basketball in the past as well with how tall he is. So
yeah, that's beautiful. Who else do we have?
I brought Kyle Yee, again, a senior football player. Yes. Kyle's
hello.
Volleyball and basketball player for us as well. So
also senior class president.
That I am.
Senior class president is in KCSBA 1290. We have a president. I like that. I think you're our first president.
I'm pretty honored.
This is exciting. You get to pick the color shirt you want.
Nice.
Okay, because you're the president. This is fantastic. Boy. All right, Dos Pueblos High School. Tell me the sports that you're in. Are we dominating? We're not dominating? What are we doing? We didn't dominate football.
No, we did not dominate
That's
football.
Okay, but I'm not past. That was yesterday.
We
forget about that sport.
Last season.
Yeah, that sport's out.
But volleyball is coming up. Tryouts are Thursday for a month, and hopefully we have a good season this year. So
you have it. Well, you guys.
I mean, we are
volleyball,
going to.
don't you? Pretty much.
Yeah, we are.
I mean,
pretty decent.
There. Volleyball is like your sport.
Pretty
hashtag.
For us,
that's been good. What other things, Dan, are we looking forward to this year?
I think we are. Like I said, we're typical. We're cyclical with our sports. Some teams we have good. Some years we have good teams. Sometimes our teams struggle. So right now we're very happy with our soccer teams. They're doing very well this year.
Very
Both
nice.
our boys and girls varsity soccer teams are in first place right now.
Wow.
Knock on wood.
That's it.
But they're both competing very well. We have another sport that's doing okay right now for us is our girls water polo team. That's a very strong program for us as well. In fact, all of our aquatics are strong programs for us. So
very nice.
Yeah,
that's because they threw all those moms and dads back. Through throw them in the water. That's it. That's
Exactly.
it. We don't care.
So.
That's it. Not like our day, right, Dan?
No.
Like we didn't have the floatties.
We had to be
you know what I'm
eased
saying?
in. Yeah.
Yeah. No. My father just threw me off the raft. There was no easing. Okay. And during the hurricane, I had to go the whole thing. I was allowed to hold my nose. Nothing. That's all right, though. I remember those days. All right, so what are we looking forward to? Like, how can Teen Sports Radio help DP High School? Like, what kind of funds? I mean, everything is about money today. It's just amazing the people that have been out of high school for 30 plus years. Let me tell you, I mean, public school, private school, it doesn't matter. When it comes to the music, the sports, the art, I mean, if you want to brush, you got to pay. I mean, what is up with that? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I was looking at some of my budget numbers. It costs about $150,000 to have a high school athletic program with the 23 varsity sports that we have, and a big chunk of that has to be fundraised. And that's in addition to the fundraising that all the teams do. They have to fundraise for their equipment, their uniforms, things that they need for their. And I think this is pretty typical for all 3 public high schools in town. So anything. We are always asking our community support, asking the local media to help us out. And I know our boys basketball coach, Joe Zamora, came in here a month ago or so, and we're hooked up with your program, and we're hoping that helps our basketball program as well. So we're thankful for what you do to support local athletics and Dos Pueblos athletics. And this guy right here, Nolan's a good guy. I've known Nolan for a long time.
The program, everything, it's all about. We're all blessed. I mean, I honestly, the first time I met him, Nolan, I'm just like, talk about hope for the future. Everyone gets, oh, God, this next generation, how narcissistic, I. Then here comes Nolan. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, God, okay. You say governor, I say I'll be a campaign manager or whatever. Because he just has that factor. I mean, you're a really good boy, Nolan. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I'll make sure to call you when I'm going on that campaign.
That's all right. We'll take you. Okay? We need leaders like yourself,
Thank you.
You don't think about yourself. You just do what the task at hand needs to get done. Just get it done. You don't care about nothing at the end of the day. I mean, it's more of a ministry than anything else. And anybody who's involved in sports and who surrounds themselves with children, to me, is amazing. Whether you work with children, as your career path is with a child, or you coach a child, I mean, giving a time to a child it's the one thing that we cannot teach them to be disconnected, because that is just not okay. Yeah. So programs like this, yes, it's a best blessing. Les Carroll, kind of threw me in the hot seat. He gave me the best producer in California, and he just threw the mic in my face and said, "Start talking." Okay, that was training. That was the training that I had. He's laughing at me. Okay, fine. All right, I'm still sweating. All right, what? Thank you. I'm getting fanned now. That's helpful. It's really helpful. Higher. We need to come down on me. Come down on me. So fundraising. What sports need help? I know there's a lot of alums out there, and I know that there's a lot of alums that maybe haven't kicked a few bucks, over to a program maybe they participated in 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago. But if you played ball, I donated a check to a high school I went to. I played all the sports in high school back in New York, okay? And I didn't graduate there. I moved in my senior year of high school, and I moved to Palos Verdes High, so that was a real treat. But, I sent a check to Rocky Point High School. They probably don't. I don't expect them to know who I am, but it's just a little note that I wrote. It's just like, that was just an amazing experience from 7 to 17 to be with the same group of girls, because it's a little town, and all the way up. And I know they face the same challenges as all schools in the country today, is that they need money. And I figured, and I can afford to pay a couple bucks, and if this helps with kids who can't afford some shoes or a uniform, it's nice. I don't want to hear ever that a child couldn't participate in a program because they couldn't buy a shirt. That just messes me up.
No, that's not right.
Okay. So, right. Do you have scholarships there?
Yes, we do.
Anybody want to participate in maybe a scholarship fund?
Absolutely. We're always looking for alumni or community members to help us out, and just to give back to the local schools. And if you were willing to write a check, we could find a place to fit it for you, for sure.
Kyle, where do you want to go to school real quick?
Oh, Point Loma or Chapman. I hear back in late February.
Fine.
So
just for the academics, or do you want to do the...
mostly because of the location, but they do have a good business management program, so
nice.
looking forward. do that.
Fantastic. Hey, you guys, we're running out of time. Please, Dan, maybe you can notify all your coaches because I haven't received any. They're all coming in from San Marcos and Santa Barbara High. You know, as far as go register, if you have a team player that you want Athlete of the Month or you have a coach that you want to run as Coach of the Year, it's right on Teen Sports Radio site. Okay? We got a minute left. Any words of wisdom you want to leave us?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks again for having us down here, and hopefully I can make this a regular and bring some more of our coaches down here to bring some just to get the word out of what we're trying to do out there, and not just the GP. Like I said, I will give props to San Marcos and Santa Barbara. We have good schools in this area, and just spread the word. We're doing good things to the youth of our community.
Definitely, I love Abe. I love Joe, and I'm so blessed to finally get to meet you. And I appreciate all of your support. Hey, there's no place better on the planet to live, so let's give back to our kids. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. God bless Santa Barbara. See you next week. Please tune in and join us next Tuesday at KZSB AM 1290 at 9:06 a.m. when we will go behind the scenes with the local students, athletes, coaches, parents, volunteers, and all other teen sports supporters. This is all brought to you by ePro Insurance Agency, leader in gift planning and wealth preservation since 1983. So please follow along and support our student athletes by reading the Santa Barbara News Press, and then join me, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen, Dr. Dugan, my co-host, friends, teens, every week on the Santa Barbara News Press radio station.
Nothing's going